So here we are with episode 20 of The Dangers in My Heart. Last episode, it was great. We had White Day, it was a double date, and things went well. You know, Yamada was out here on the Ichikawa roller coaster, unfortunately for her, but you know what? She's the one who decided to get on the ride, so she gets all the emotions, dude. If you guys like the video. If you dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access on the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. And today's a Monday? What are you giving her? Ah, cookies from a random store or whatever. No. No. Yeah, because Moeko would like that. Oh, there's a letter to. Oh no. Wow, we're speed running through that. Yo, look at Adachi's mom. Let's go. We saw her once. Yes, but... Yeah, but... You smelled her from all the way over here, Yamada? Wait! No, why is she reading? Well, I mean, I guess maybe Adachi would have wanted it. It's just Ichikawa. Wow, we speed run through that shit, dude. That took like 3 minutes. I thought it was taking at least, you know, an additional 2 minutes, like a 5 minutes or anything, but yeah, so they changed that scene just a little bit. And again, they kind of speed run through that, but it's alright. Oh shit. We fighting out here. Yeah. I hate these people. Split me up. Yeah, split me up, teacher. Okay then. Fucking backfired. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at him. Fucking popular and shit, dude. Getting friends. Ooh, that's Yamada's desk. That's where he used to sit, I believe. Yeah, well, it's the year-end ceremony anyways. Imagine she just tossed that in his face. Damn, what are the rules? Sorry, what are the conditions to the wishes? Alright, using a little bit too much energy there, Yamada. Yeah, so do one of your wishes. The boob noises. Confess? So close yet so far, huh? Oh shit, she comes in with the support! Damn! Ha! Oh, I guess I gotta keep my confession card in the pocket for now. Can? Hug? Or... Oh! Call you Kyo. That's her wish. Well, yeah, her wish for him. Call him... Not even like a first name, but like a nickname. Kobayashi's plan. We're not friends. Oh, hoping we're in the same class, you fucking got him. Kyo. Damn, man's alright. Damn, man's already thinking about that. Oh shit! Oh shit, it's Lucifer! Ooh! Exactly, Yamada's here. Come on now, Ichikawa. Congratulations. He's... How old is he now? 14? Well, he's about to be a third year, so 14 would be it, right? Because you become 14 when, you know, if you're here in high school, you're a freshman when you're 14. Damn, what are you, a city gal? Look at these twin tails that she's got on. And that giant hoop earrings. Yo, and she's got those, like, that other earring that's, like, the low metal thing. It's... Well, maybe it's a little difficult, you know? Not that you would be able to do it anyways. Uh-oh. Y'all being watched? Uh-oh. Some mysterious figure walking behind you. Picking up speed? Damn! Damn, music got really serious. And it just... Ooh. Yeah, for this boy's birthday. Huh? He just never told her. We're having a party! Yo, she's got like a... She's got a choker on too? Oh my god. Alright, I thought that said some other word that starts with a C for a second there. Look at her dressing for the party. Yeah. We've been seeing her party wear in the opening. Oh, well, she is in this house. She is a model. Just casually. Yeah. I'm on TV too! Ooh. Alright, you asked for it. Oh, is she wearing a bunny shirt? Lost blood and everything, dude. She sucked them dry. Wow, that's a nice outfit. Damn, look at your sister, dude. Look at his sister unexpectedly playing the wing woman. Calling her parents. Oh, gotta have the parent talk to parent the parent. But is it going to be her bathwater? This is like a reversal of. The first thing he touches. Yeah, and she's the one who invited her to sleep over too? Hey, you can learn about that from Kyotaro. Maybe he's just a late bloomer. He is kind of still in. Exactly! They're so fucking nice! Damn, not even a head pat, but like, just putting it right on her chest. She has a little insight. Damn. They talk to each other all night? Gonna call her by her first name? I know you're not actually gonna go for a kiss, my guy. Don't even try. Didn't even say good. Well, technically, it's not night anymore. It's fucking daylight. Oh, maybe she was, Oh. Maybe she was hoping for something, huh? Alright. That was, I'd say it's a pretty nice episode. They speed run through one part just so they can focus more time on like the actual birthday. They do still change just a few things. I've just realized she's got the shirt butter on the I guess she was wearing the butter shirt in the manga as well. Okay. Oh. Does that mean she's uh-huh. It just ends like that. The realization. Alright, we're gonna get right back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 20 of BokuYaba. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty nice episode. I believe I've mentioned that towards the end of the reaction, but for the most part, that's how I feel. In the beginning here with Adachi giving chocolate to Moeko, I said that I felt like they kind of speed run through it, which they kind of did. This chapter that they've covered is 10 pages. It's not long. I mean, a lot of these chapters, if all of the chapters in BokuYaba are relatively short, right? Whether they're like 10 pages or sorry, I feel like they average around that area, that amount. So the chapter itself is not super short, but I kind of expected that they take at least 5 minutes, but no, the whole segment went through in 3 minutes, and there were a good chunk of details that they kind of just swept under the rug, primarily because I assume when the animation studio looked at this, they kind of figured that these are information that's not as important, right? We don't really need to care as much, because the big thing is the kicker that is towards the end when Yamada reads the love letter that Adachi wrote for Moeko, but she thinks that it's Ichikawa who wrote it. So like, you know, that's the whole haha funny moment, right? That's the whole build up within that 3 minutes. And so kind of felt like they brush Adachi aside for this point in order to in order to make that joke at the end of the 3 minutes to be like, that's the highlight. And I mean, that is the highlight of the that is the highlight of the manga of that chapter, I mean. But I felt like we got just a slight bit more on Adachi's character during this chapter, but that's okay. You know, it seems like they're just kind of glossing over his character for most, which is interesting considering that there are. All right, I'm gonna go into like spoiler territory if I talk a little bit more about Adachi, but for right now I'm just gonna keep it within this 3 minute that they have. So the first thing that they start off with is the gift that Adachi holds for Moeko, and they basically skipped over a one scene. I don't know why I'm going like super in depth for this part for some reason. But yeah, they skip through one scene, just immediately go into the chocolate, and then we talk about how Adachi is still the person who has not given the chocolate yet, even though his chocolate was just an obligatory chocolate, which is, you know, Moeko just kind of just made it for the poor boys and all that. That's totally fine. But I think that it's very funny that Adachi ends up buying some cookies from a random corner of a store, right? And it feels like, okay, so you just bought that and you're just gonna give it to somebody. That feels insincere because you haven't really thought much about it. But then at the same time, Moeko, well, she did make the chocolate herself, but she didn't make it particularly with like a specific person in mind for Valentine's Day. She just made a whole bunch of them and she gave it out to all the boys. So in that way, it feels just a little insincere. It's just you know, it's just those people on the streets giving you free packets of tissues or something, you know, like they don't really care, they just want to give out the product. And perhaps that could be how it feels getting Moeko's chocolate. So Adachi giving Moeko an insincere gift is kind of not perfect, but you know, it certainly reciprocates her feeling. So we've got Ichikawa, who mentions to Adachi again that she gave you an obligatory chocolate. She gave it to everybody else. And he continues to dabble in his fantasy a little by saying, no, there was a heart on mine, which means that's absolutely special. And again, it didn't really help from Moeko that she just jokes around with it. She doesn't specifically say straight out like, no, dude, it was just a coincidence. Although if Adachi dabbles a little bit too much into his fantasy, even if Moeko says that it's just a coincidence, he probably wouldn't believe her. Because, you know, women, they never say what they want. Except for, you know, the times when they do. I've already went through the whole thing of how Adachi goes into this fantasy, this delusion that he has of Moeko and also the heart-shaped nut on the chocolate and whatnot. Anyway, Adachi's plan is that he's going to casually toss some cookies into her shoebox. You know, he's gonna be cool and all that. Ichikawa's gonna be there as a witness, so then when Moeko goes and puts her chocolate in there, it's going to be Adachi who will say, oh, this chocolate is from Adachi, so, you know, get yourself a boy or something, I guess. Which I thought is pretty funny because this is literally the second time Adachi has done this to Ichikawa. I believe the second time. The first time all the way back into season 1 in like episode 1 or 2 when Adachi tells Ichikawa, hey, give this to Yamada. And so he goes and he gives that to well, he doesn't actually give it to Yamada, but, you know, he swaps it out. So that's, like, the one that, you know, Adachi's mistake is that he's not willing to go at it directly. He's going at it indirectly. Well, Ichikawa, even though he struggles to go through with it, he will say it, he will do things directly. You know, for the most part, he's still kind of just going around on his feelings, but, like, he gave Yamada the gift directly. You know, he's the one who put her bracelet on her, right? So he's the one who did all these things directly. He was there within that moment. While Adachi, he's unwilling to actually go through with it, so he just asks somebody else to does it. So, like, again, Ichikawa, give this note to Yamada. Ichikawa, you're gonna be here as my witness to see me put the chocolate inside inside Moeko's locker. I suppose it could be that feeling of like you want to take that risk and do it, but you don't want to be there for the consequences. Although I feel like the consequences would follow you anyways if it happens, because you guys are in the same class, but you know, perhaps it's that weird fear of rejection and whatnot. So, and I would say an understandable thing. Yes, I'd say it's an understandable thing for me anyways. I don't know what I've been rejected by before, so I'm starting to wonder if I'm really understanding. Anyways, man's out here grabbing this, tossing in without even looking, and then the chocolate just fucking falls in. He walks away, and that's like the little bit of a difference between the anime and the manga there. And it continues with this difference, right? By him hurrying, putting this in, but then he was a little bit too late, or he's also wasn't really looking, because like he slammed the locker door on the cookie, which like that cookie just crumbles at this point. It's gone through a lot of trauma. But here we have the misunderstanding. That the fact that, yeah, it's Ichikawa who is the person that is putting the chocolate inside Yamada's shoebox, and not Adachi. Okay. Sorry, I was just rereading chapter 90 again. I was just kind of over here like, is there a bit of some sort of certain implications that I can't talk about? Because it's not here in the anime? So I can't talk about the certain implication, because they've kind of switched they've kind of switched this whole part in the fact that it's not Adachi who put the chocolate in the box. It's Ichikawa. Either way, it leads to the same thing. This is just a more direct confrontation, right? In the fact that like they literally see him, and like the chocolate box is just hanging out of Yamada's locker. So we've got all of the beats that's within this chapter, right? The fact that Moeko and Yamada are here, they find the chocolate box. Moeko sees that there's a letter on the box. Moeko realizes that, oh, it's possibly is Ichikawa's gift to Yamada, so she's just like, alright, you know, I'm gonna go home now. Although it kind of looks like she's planning to take the chocolate home. No. It kind of looks like she's about to take the chocolate. She's just like, alright, I'm gonna walk with the chocolate home, see you later. I thought she was gonna hand it over to Yamada, but again, it just looks like she's gonna walk. But we've got Ichikawa holding Moeko back, and then, you know, this is here where we would have split into a different scene where Yamada talks a little bit more about other stuff. Again, if you want to go look at all these stuff, you know, just go read the manga and see the slight differences. But we don't have that scene, right? We cut that scene out, and then we immediately go straight into seeing Adachi's mom. Which, by the way, if you see Adachi's mom, you can kind of see why Adachi's the way that he is. Yo, dude, Adachi's mom, though, can we get more of her, please? Thank you. She looks like an adult gyaru. Why is she so cool? Look at her in the background. Okay, so going through all that, it's Adachi's mom bringing him on over, and she's the one who says, you better be the one that says it straight to her, alright? Do not fucking run away, alright? I didn't raise no pussy-ass bitch boy. Come on over. But she also kind of looks like a doting mom, too, which, again, I can definitely see why Adachi is the way that he is. And honestly, if we're talking, like, some Freudian shit, just say. I'm not saying that him towards his. I'm talking about. All right. Anyways, it's like Oedipus. Oedipus. All right. I can't say that Greek name right now, but I feel like you've kind of figured what it is at this point. Anyways, here we are with Adachi telling Moeko, you know, thanks for your handmade chocolate, I really liked it, and Moeko's just over here like, yo dog, like, I gave that chocolate to everyone, you know, you can forget the part where everyone got got some, but then he says, yeah, but, it's like, the way it translates, maybe he did just say, yeah, but, and then Moeko's just like, wow, oh my god, And then Adachi's mom is just like, yeah, that's good. And I love that. I love that, like, now that his mom says, yeah, alright, I'm good, I'm satisfied with this now. Adachi's like, alright, I'm leaving, I'm going home. I have permission from my mom now, I'm going home, goodbye. In the manga, the way that they translated for Adachi is him saying that, yeah, I know that you gave chocolate to everybody, but the fact that you did that, you know, it shows why you're swell. He calls her swell. Now, I will say, when it comes to this whole scene, I remember when I first read this chapter, and I thought to myself, oh my god, is Norio trying to ship Moeko off to Adachi right now? Which, I go back to the whole Freudian shit, right? Because, like, if that's Adachi's mom, who kind of looks and, like, maybe dresses a little, maybe as Moeko would, you know, that's why I'm thinking about that, and then, like, that's how I thought about it in the first in this chapter, when I read it. But, we'll just have to see what Norio has in store for Moeko, honestly. All I want is for Moeko to live a good and happy life. That's all I want. After that, we've got the whole punchline of this gift being written by Adachi, but Yamada thinks that Ichikawa wrote this, so, you know, it's just got this. Dear lovers, chocolate was totes amazing. Super thanks. Hope we can keep being lovey-dovey, my lovey. Kiss, kiss, kiss! I'm starting to... Did Adachi write this, or did his mom write this? Because, like, look at all those hearts. God, that is so funny, dude. So after that scenario, we get into the year-end ceremony where, while they're getting ready to end the year, the second years are gonna head on over to the third years. Are we close to summer? I mean, technically it's March. They said that it's March, so, like, they're gonna have April and May off or something, and then they're gonna come back to school. Alright, I don't know how school, I don't know how the months work in school, actually. I should know, considering that I've been playing Persona. I haven't been playing Persona recently, but I have played Persona. You think I would figure out the school schedule by now. But we've got Kobayashi telling Serina, I was gonna say Sekine again, but Sekine is Moeko, but Kobayashi tells Serina that, yo, I've got a plan, you know, that I hear that they split friends up in the next year and all that, so we gotta show to the teacher that we all actually really fucking hate each other. So, hey teacher, we all hate each other. Can you fucking split us up? You know? Man, teachers really be a Chad, you know? He's just like, oh, so you want to be split up with them? Alright. He just walks away. So funny. It's like, okay, if they split up friends, you think that they're gonna not split up people who don't get along with each other? Like, you don't want to be in a class filled with people you don't get along with, because, like, A, you're gonna be too busy thinking about how you don't like that person instead of actually studying. Especially, like, if you put people in places where they don't like each other and you force them to be in, like, group projects or some shit, dude. Awful. Oh, and we've also got Ichikawa, the popular boy, got all these other boys asking him for his line and all that, you know? He's out here lining up with friends now. Look at him, he's getting his own friend group and everything. Good for him. So here we are in the gymnasium where fate has done a doozy on them. Consider that, you know, this is where Yamada got a fucking ball smacked to her face and her nose could have potentially broke, but this is also the time where it got Ichikawa to worry about Yamada going inside the freaking, I was gonna say medical tent for a second, the doctor's, the nurse's office, and finding out that this is where he is, where he's fallen in love with her. So, here we are, at this gymnasium, at the end of the year, and they are just playing basketball with one another. Very nice. Which is also why I made that stupid joke of when she tosses this ball. I was just like, imagine. She fucking hit him with the ball and he's the one who gets with the nosebleed. But they play basketball with one another with the bet that whoever wins has to do whatever the winner wishes. Here they are playing basketball. Good for them. Yamada's not, she's not good at shooting. She says she's much better at defense. But here he is, tossing this ball, hoping that it falls in, right? And I suppose this ball really showcases how Ichikawa feels, where he's always so close, and then he just, you know, slips right off. Slips right off the hoop. He doesn't actually get into it, right? So, but then the fact that Yamada comes in and, like, helps him with this whole thing, right? It helps him and puts that in. It also, this is like basically a physical representation of the things that Yamada does for him, right? He's always, it doesn't have to be him getting close to Yamada's confessing, because that actually still hasn't happened, so, you know, this physical representation doesn't really, doesn't really matter for that point. Just yet, maybe. But in all the other things that Ichikawa is very much on the fence about, and whether as he like kind of feels like he wants to get off and he doesn't actually want to do this thing anymore, it's Yamada who pushes him right back into it, right? She's the one who's been pushing him forward this whole time. So I thought that was very nice, and I do think that it's nice that they put this in the gymnasium and them playing basketball. So Yamada is the person who won, because she technically stole his goal, because she's the last one to touch the ball, so that's how the rule goes. And since she's the winner, and Ichikawa can continue to keep his confession card in his pocket, she's decided that her wish is that she wants to call him Kyo, and, you know, he's gonna have to let her fulfill that wish, or fulfill that wish for her by letting her call him her Kyo. Alright, my pronouns are getting it right. With Yamada wanting to call him Kyo, he's thinking about certain scenarios, and that ends up leading to certain lewd scenarios, and that introduces us to Lucifer Nigorikawa. Nigori. Like the sushi? Is that what it is? No, Nigori is, okay, anyways. Nigorikawa. I have to remember that name, but I always end up calling him imaginary Kyotaro instead. But yeah, here we are. With Lucifer. What a fucking guy, you know? Just when you think that it's just the one Nigorikawa. No. We are splitting it now. We are, we kind of have the devil and the angel already. I feel they kind of showed that during a part in the train scene, but it's alright. You know, here is Lucifer showcasing himself, and he says, you know, that he is his libido, and he gets bigger. He gets I'm what grows massive. Hold on. It went so fast. I'm what grows massive when your feelings get you all turned on. You know, I'm the horniness. Also, they did kind of cut this part too. Again, I feel like they've cut a good amount of all these other stuff that's like in the first half in order to get to like the birthday stuff. But yeah, here he is, growing bigger and bigger. And then the moment Kata comes in, just ooh, and it's just a constant thing, right? It's the fact that when he feels like he's about to get the horn on, his sister arrives into the scene. It just ooh. This takes us on over to the final scenario, which is it's Kyotaro's birthday. So here we are. Of course, he didn't tell Yamada that is his birthday until his dad comes to tell her about it. Or the fact that, you know, he just mentions about the cake and all that. Well, I think he's the one who mentioned. Anyways, here we are, them walking home, him over here chilling, the fact that it's his birthday, but, you know, he doesn't give a shit. But as they're walking home, Ichikawa feels like somebody's watching them. You know, somebody's just walking behind him for some fecking reason, holding this box, kind of in the way that the sound made it sound like this man's just really walking really up close to him. And we had a bit of a menacing music as Ichikawa feels like he's about to enter a life or death situation, right? If somebody does come and they're gonna attack me in Yamada, right? What's the first thing that I need to do? And it really shows his instinct. As he feels like he's in danger, the first thing he wants to do is to protect her with his life and keep her safe. But you know what? It's just his dad. I feel like we haven't seen his dad since like New Year. I feel like we usually just see his mom instead, or Kana. Oh, the dad. He's just out here, you know, working. Now, if I were to be nitpicky, which I am when it comes to this show, but you know, I think overall the show is good. It's a great adaptation, and so the only things that I really have for the most part are just nitpicks that doesn't particularly matter, but there is a bit of a difference in the scene as well. It still hits on the same beat, but I do much more enjoy the intensity of the manga, but I think that also comes from the way that the manga is a little bit more in black and white, and the mangaka is able to use a little bit more ink to show it feeling a little bit more menacing, and in just the way that Ichikawa tries and attempts, those are the two same words, but he attempts to protect Yamada with his life and all that, and the way that is showcased in the manga. I do like that a little bit more in the way that they showcased it here, but it really does feel like they were kind of doing it a little bit more in the way. Actually, hold on. I want to, because I feel like there wasn't the spooky music kind of started like right before the revealment of the dad. Hold on. No, okay. Okay, so then the piano starts coming when they show that the dad is walking faster. So it's actually starting to hit a little bit faster. Okay. Not to say that, like, the manga is, like, more intense or whatever. It's just the way that it was executed. It felt like that a little bit more than this one. But I think they were amping this up just a tiny bit with the music. And then they downplay that by just making the music fall and tumble into the ground as we see that this is just Ichikawa's dad just out here walking. He's walking so fast and menacingly. Yamada finds out that it's his birthday. She gets invited to the birthday party. Kana is out here in her sweatpants and sweatshirt. And since that Yamada is here, you know, she's decided, I'm going to change up. Oh yeah, and we also skipped over another certain part here and right here as well. And I'm just over here, like, they kind of cut off certain parts, but, like, what are they focusing on in particular? Hold on. Sorry, I was looking at the extra chapter. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, it looks like they were putting all the focus on, like, when they were talking to one another at night and all that, because, I mean, that's the title of this episode, we stayed up all night. Okay, so they did cut out certain part just to head immediately straight to her calling her parents about it. I believe so, right? Okay, I was correct in that. I just had to recheck. Okay, so this is her mom asking her whose house is it, and then Anna's mom hears a girl's voice, so she's just like, okay, she's over with, one of her girl space friends, so that's okay. So we've got Kana, dressing all punk rock light. Look at her fucking getting ready for the party and all that, dude. But I love that Kyotaro's family finds out that Yamada is, in fact, a model, a professional model out here. And God, dude, when Kana finds out, oh, she's actually a model and I'm dressed like this? And here I thought I could dress to impress her, but my God, she's a fucking professional. So fucking good, dude. So fucking good. Also, the idea of, they're having beef sukiyaki. I think that's what it is, right? Hot pot. And, like, they've got these bowls of just egg. Raw, I think, yeah, it's raw egg. I don't know if they put, like, the soup in it or not, but, like, my family kind of does that too. But, like, with pho, what we do is that we just crack an egg in a small bowl, and then we put, like, the hot soup over, and then the hot soup would cook the egg just a little bit. Still raw in general, but that's how we usually do it. And, like, I didn't know this was a thing before I was doing this on my own, where like that bowl with the raw egg and the pho soup, and that I just the broth, whatever. So I just, you know, puncture the egg yolk open, and I just spin it around until it's all like eggy and yellowy and all that, right? And then I would actually I would actually use that to dip my meat in it to eat, because I don't know, I just like the taste of it. So like when I remember seeing this for the first time, and like one of the dippings that they like to do is they just get an egg and they just spin it up. I can't remember if they put soup in it or not, but they use that as like the dipping sauce. And I was just like, you know what? That's what I do too. I think that's really nice. Also, again, all I'm gonna say is that if you've got pho, you've got like the soup, you've got like a raw egg, just crack a raw egg in there, boil up the soup, and pour it right into the egg. It's fucking good. I will say, in this part, when Kyotaro's mom asked Kana if she got him a present, right? Well, didn't you get him a present? So, you know, don't you want to give your brother the birthday present? And, you know, she was trying to be mindful of him, right? She's just like, yeah, that can wait, you know? Like, Yamada's here and all that. But Ichikawa deciding to dig his own grave, you know? He's just like, just hand it over. Well, it's the bunny figure. I'm gonna hand it to you in front of everyone, but especially in front of Yamada, which I thought is so funny, that the fact that Kyotaro's mom, the parents, oh yeah, I totally forgot, we did see the dad when, we did see the dad in the last episode. He didn't say anything, that's why I just totally forgot about him, but we did see him in the last episode. Anyways, the fact that she just gives him this openly, like, and I'm thinking that the reason why she didn't want to give it is because Yamada's there. It's not because the parents are there. Because, like, the parents are just like, you know, that's just our boy. He's a growing boy, you know. Sometimes he wants girly figures in bunny outfits. But here we are. Ichikawa, the 41-year-old, according to the cake. He's getting a happy birthday sung by his family and Yamada. Wow, what a fucking good 14th birthday, am I right? And if it didn't get any better, we've got Yamada just coming in close to his ear when it's all lights out and everything, you know, her saying happy birthday to him with his first name. Man's dead after that. I love it, dude. The fucking blood is just drained from his skin. But in the end, Kana's out here playing the winged woman for Kyotaro by asking Yamada if she wants to stay over, to which she does. She got the permission from both her mom and Ichikawa's mom, Kyotaro's mom, whichever one. I love that. She hands the phone over to the mom, and she's just like, this is Ichikawa's mother. And then Anna's mom is just like, Ichikawa? What? Wait a minute. Hold on here. But I assume she kind of backed down a bit. It's just like, oh, okay, so like, her sister, his sister, is getting along with my daughter. Okay, you know, that's fine, you know, as long as it's two women. Although I will say there's something just a tad bit off about a girl in college befriending a girl from middle school. Oh yeah, I think we've got an extra chapter that was in the anime where it was Ichikawa using his sister's shampoo, which is this one right here, but this is the one that he usually uses, right? Men's Thanatos. You know, of course, because you gotta have the men's shower gotta sound all fucking cool and badass and shit, but we see Yamada out here using his shampoo. Because of course, you know, it's a reversal of the other episode when Ichikawa was there, right? He uses Yamada's shampoo and whatnot. So here she is using his. They didn't show a certain scene after Ichikawa got out of the bath in that one episode, but here in this episode, Ichikawa refuses to use her bath water. Too sacred. But here we are at night, and I will say, Kyotaro's mom said sorry that this is cramped. There's just so much fucking space. I mean, I guess it's a little cramped because she's sleeping right beneath the couch and whatnot, but, you know, this is not cramped at all. The shit. Oh, my light's off. I've been recording for too long. Shit, and here I was thinking, I was hoping that this episode wasn't going to be, when I finished watching this episode, I was just like, you'll be fine. I'm not going to be talking that long. I'm just gonna go and finish this up. We've had Yamada talk about how she's never really been in a rebellious phase, so she never really understands, so she can't really understand how her character is, right? Because her character's in a rebellious phase and whatnot. And we've got Ichikawa, who gives her a little bit of an insight in how he feels when he's going through his rebellious phase, right? It's not that he's mad at his parents, he's just mad at himself for being the way that he is. He's just a little tsundere with a bit of, self-hatred. When a tsundere knows that they're a tsundere, they just can't get out of that cycle. It hurts. Hurts very much. So we had that conversation, Yamada feel glad that she's able to get a little bit of that insight, and she thanks him for that. Ichikawa's out here helping her out, but still doesn't really think much about it, because he's just like, oh, I'm not that great of a help. Yeah, sure, Ichikawa, you say whatever you want to say. But they end up talking with each other all night, possibly all the way until 3 a.m. or something. Oh my god, that's quite wild, honestly. Overall, it's pretty good, We've got Ichikawa, who puts the blanket over Yamada, but he did not kiss her, because I don't believe that. Maybe Yamada was waiting for something too, maybe she was waiting for him to whisper in her ears and tell her good night, But again, the sun was coming up. I think you guys are already past nighttime. Good morning. But yeah, that is that's we've gotten the birthday over. Ichikawa's 14 now. Congratulations to that boy. Congrats to him. Is he the same age as Iruma now? The moment I started thinking about 14, and I was like, she's the same age, I just knew I was gonna go right into Iruma. Hey, gotta mention Iruma somewhere. But that's pretty much all I have to say for the anime watchers. I do have just one certain part for manga viewers, so if you are manga readers, manga viewer, I only view mangas, but I have it for these people, so if you are anime only, thank you guys for sticking around. I'll see you guys later. Alright, manga readers, the one thing I said in the beginning, where, I'm just gonna turn off this light too, fuck it. But the one thing that I mentioned where, it feels like they kind of skipped a little bit over on Adachi, but at the same time, I feel like they probably already gave enough information. I'm just a fucking info-hungry hound at this point. I'm a little fucking info goblin. I just want more details and more information about certain characters. Things that, I feel people, the majority of people wouldn't give a single fucking shit about, oh, she likes to go on a walk on the beach, cool, whatever. But then, but it also comes into the fact that, if you have all these small details, they better come back and be weaved into the stories at some point. And so, I believe what I feel is that even though I feel like they did skip out a little bit on Adachi's and stuff, what I said about how Adachi is the person who tells Ichikawa to do the things that he should be doing himself, I think they still are putting that implication a lot more. And so despite them removing all of that smaller details about Adachi's mom, just a tiny bit, it's not that much, they're tiny details that they've removed, but the big part is the fact that it is Ichikawa who got in the way between him and Yamada, even though he was technically doing this for Moeko. Technically, Ichikawa got in between that too, when you really think about it, because they still thought that the chocolate was belonging to him. Which makes no sense, because, did Adachi just come up and just... That was his White Day gift, to just tell Moeko that she's swell. But Yeah, I believe that scene, despite it being speedrun in the anime, it still gives the president that Ichikawa has gotten in the way, and I feel like all those other small details have already been implemented, right? And they are, the seed has been sown for when we finally get to the part where Adachi declares war on Ichikawa and whatnot, right? And they're gonna fight with each other in the sports festival. So that will be interesting. So despite me wanting that small minor details for Adachi, we didn't get that, but the big major one is still there. The implications are still there. So they're still able to create that storyline where Adachi finally thinks about all the times where he thinks that Ichikawa was being nice to him, but the reality is he was getting cock blocked this whole time. And honestly, that's his own fucking fault. That's his own fucking fault. That's what he gets for fucking telling Ichikawa to give him all these things that he should have given straight to Yamada or straight to Moeko instead. The idiot. Couldn't at least written his name in the fucking letter either. Man was so fucking scared that like that like he that he wouldn't even again. I feel like that note it looks like it was written by his mom, honestly, which would be kind of weird if it's written by his mom and she was writing it to a, but maybe she was writing it, help her son or whatever. We're not gonna get into that topic. But yeah, I talked myself out of a hole that I dug myself into, because I was like, oh no, how are they gonna do Adachi's and stuff? But then I just remembered that they still got everything set up. So yeah, this is less of me talking to you manga readers and more of just me reassuring myself. And that's it. That's the whole entire thing for the manga reader part. Congratulations. If I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video, in the next episode, in somewhere, whatever.